is Thursday, April 30th in the United States and Canada. Flyers had them the whole way, and this is a show called What Chaos from the Sports Interaction Studio in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn, and holding it down in that city of, let me do it, One Republic is Sean DePaz.
One Republic's from Buffalo?
No, but they ain't worried right now, and famously, Sean claims to not be worried.
Okay.
I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping Dreams Alive. Top Gun soundtrack. Playing football on the beach. John Hamm pissed watching that go down.
I don't really...
Is Sean DePaz.
I don't really respect the Top Gun Maverick soundtrack.
I have no idea what just happened, to be quite honest, but it wasn't... I don't think it was backhanded or insulting. So
No.
To that.
Ryan Tedder, among the American songwriters, left off the New York Times Greatest Living American Songwriters list. The guy wrote Greedy, and we're going to act like he's not one of the GOATs. Okay, New York Times. What's on the show today, Pete?
Today on the show, the fucking Flyers. I don't even need to wait for it to come up. It's a different kind of energy. The Flyers have wrapped it up. They are moving on to the second round. The goalies and blown leads. Kind of a tough night for goalies last night.
Yeah. Goalies, a regular occurrence in the playoffs is, wow, that was really shitty by that goalie this year. And also a regular occurrence for our Utah Mammoth is losing a game they led in the third period, because every time they have lost this postseason, they have been minutes away from winning.
They did not get the memo that Rumpus time is over.
Yeah, they've extended Rumpus, and they didn't get the memo that Golden Knights Rumpus time was over. Because I wouldn't have blamed them being like, hey, look, we're a playoff team. Golden Knights are not winning this game.
Right.
They don't know about the fixer. They don't know Torts got there.
That's right. Alina Müller is going to join the show. The PWHL playoffs kick off today. So we got Boston Fleet's biggest star, second biggest star.
I think that Megan Keller is like the big Aaron Frank. I mean,
they got a big three.
They are a star-studded team, and I can't remember if this made the show cut, but she said something to the effect of, like, we don't have any stars on this team. We're just all showing up, trying to do the work. And I was like, ma'am, you are on the team. I think there are stars on that team.
The spirit of that was, like, nobody thinks that they're a superstar on this team. But, like, objectively, they have superstars
I
on
truly
that team.
believe, and I don't think that's, like, BS. I think that, like, Alina Müller's got that mindset. Like, I think, like, some people are like, I'm not a star. I think she's like, I'm a hockey player. That's all I am. Like, what's his face said? Taylor Hawkins said that. He's like, I'm not a rock star. I'm a musician.
Yeah,
like
Taylor Hawkins is a rock star. Was a rock star. R.I.P. to the GOAT. Hugo Cece.
Speaking of
R.I.P.
terrible
to the GOAT.
Yeah,
we lost a great one yesterday. Hugo Cece has passed on. What do they call it? The Rainbow Bridge for dogs.
I don't know, but I was saying this before the show, you know, when people talk about, like, I like dogs more than people, and you're like, okay, well, then go to TJ Maxx and get a shitty mug or whatever that says that. And then when your dog or a loved one's dog or whatever, like the anguish that I'm sure the CC family is feeling right now is horrible, because there is nothing worse than losing a dog.
Yeah.
It's a horrible feeling. So we'll just give Hugo a couple of minutes, like a short little tribute at the end of the show. We don't want to do like a big sad little Sebastian thing, but obviously we're thinking about the CC family.
I'm fucking talking about Hugo Cece. Little Sebastian's too funny for this.
I mean, I think Cody Cece and I laugh, Hugo Cece and I laugh and I giggle, because he was just the most adorable dog and the fastest fucking Frenchie that has ever done it. So we will pay tribute to a legend that absolutely deserves it later. But let's begin with that different kind of energy coming back, because I was wondering as I was watching, I watched like third period. I was like, do we still say there's a different kind of energy for the Philadelphia Flyers? Because I'm not quite sure. And then I saw some popcorn and sticks in the air, and I said, there it is.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
it's a different fucking kind of energy.
If there was any doubt that there was a different kind of energy attached to the Flyers, maybe it kind of took a break, but it is for sure back. That was a masterpiece of a celebration to clinch that series from the Philadelphia Flyers.
Let's do it. Let's run it,
Yeah,
Sean.
I mean-
0-0 in overtime. Cam York. You won't complain about him now, folks. Watch the stands. Watch the stick. This is, I mean, some people, respectfully, Penguins fans hate me right now, but like, I saw a lot of people going right to, look what Sidney Crosby does as soon as it goes in. He goes over to his goalie. And I'm like, I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah, respectfully, I don't care what Sidney Crosby's doing. Cam York is literally throwing a hockey stick like it's a spear.
And not Frank Vetrano. Remember Frank Vetrano?
Yeah, no.
Launched it up and he was like, oh, I hope nobody got hurt there. Cam York didn't give a fuck about nobody. Speaking of Anaheim, people forget.
There was legal discourse on Twitter yesterday after Cam York threw his stick into the crowd because he threw it with such force that people were like, he's going to get fucking sued.
Amazing. We did. Do you know the result of it?
Yes.
All good.
Yes, all good.
Like someone did get hurt, I think, but like, who cares?
No, like unbelievably great behavior from Flyers fans of all fucking people. Sorry, Flyers fans, but you're not really known for great behavior.
As we'll get to.
There was like two fans had caught the stick, a young guy and an older gentleman, and apparently, according to the younger gentleman, the old guy was just like, "Hey, I really want this," and they let him have it.
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
crazy. They
Run
let
it.
him have it. They killed him, and they took the stick home.
Run it.
Flyers control the face-off. Shot from long range. Stop!
Look, there's the popcorn.
The Flyers
Here's the
win.
stick.
Cam
That's
York
insane.
beating the Sea-Loves in overtime.
And that's what we're talking about. That is a different kind of energy. Damn, I hate to bring Sean into this, but like, you guys could have had something like that if you won in overtime on Tuesday.
I
know
mean,
what I'm
that's incredibly unnecessary, but I suppose that is true. By the way, Cam
definitely
York
true.
did say after the game that he was worried about hitting somebody. He was like,
Yes.
I hope everybody's okay.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there was legal discourse. Cam York was like, please don't sue me. I don't know what happened. I just threw my stick into the crowd with severe force. The popcorn flying up, the beer can, I think it was, flying. All of it was just incredible cinema. I mean, the game was great too, but that's one of my favorite celebrations I think that I've seen in years.
Per chat request, run it again. By the way, he is not One Republic because he is worried someone got hurt.
Shot from long
Bang.
range. Stop!
Popcorn.
beer,
The Flyers
stick.
win it. Cam York
So good.
beating the
I mean,
Sea-Loves
directly
in
at the
overtime.
camera too. I think that's my favorite part of it. They cut to him as he's throwing the stick directly at the camera.
I have kept confetti and stuff from if I'm at like a big game or something, and you're like a little keepsake. If you were in the same section as the popcorn, you
Keep it
get
colonel.
that, put that in your pocket, get home, Ziploc it, and then I don't know what you take it to. Like Young Gritty in chat. If you were in that section, got hit by the popcorn, you keeping it? God, what a celebration. God, what an energy.
That ping hits like an ice cold beer.
Oh, yeah. So good. So good. And from the Young Gritty stat truck, by the way, the Philadelphia Flyers had no shutouts this season.
No shutouts.
Enter Dan Vladar, who, like, we're all looking for the guy who did this, who contributed to them having no shutouts. But enter Dan Vladar to fix that in the postseason because now he has 2 shutouts against the team. Pete, you put this in the notes, like, easy to overlook that the Penguins were very offensively potent this season.
Third best offense in the league in terms of goals for per game this season. Wouldn't have been able to tell it based off of the way that this series went. I mean, that was the topic of conversation about this series heading into it, was like strength versus strength. Flyers defense, Flyers goaltending versus Penguins offense. It really wasn't that close in terms of the way that it skewed.
So we get Flyers in 6, which when it was 3-0, that was at least the hope on this end where I just wanted to see more of the series. It would have rocked if they swept them and we're just like, yeah, Hurricanes, whatever. We're ready to go. You ready to go? Let's just go right now. Of course, we swept our opponent in the first round. But it was a good series. It was a fun series. I think the Penguins deserved better than to get swept. I like that they made it a series. I thought the Shilovs thing was fun. He was very good in that game last night. They, like, Penguins, future's bright. Hate to say it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I take that back
I don't know
immediately.
about all that.
I take that back immediately because I'm like, oh, yeah, like you got, well, like, future's bright in net. Shilovs, Murashov.
Murashov, yeah.
Yep. Penguins fans got mad at me because as soon as the game ended, I said, like, all right. And now the Stu sweepstakes commences. And Penguins fans were angrier at that than the million times over the years I've suggested that maybe Sidney should look for a new home.
What was the energy behind it?
Penguins fans love Stu.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. I mean, I'm glad. Thank you,
face he
Penguins
made.
fans, for fucking somebody finally appreciating that guy. But I mean, the topic of where the Penguins go from here is a very interesting one. Evgeny Malkin's a free agent. Tough to. We keep talking about like this free agent class sucks. Free agent class sucks. The only guy who's worth signing is Alex Tuch. Maybe part of that is like we just expect Malkin back in Pittsburgh, but I don't know what the hell is going to happen with the Penguins from here. Like, it's very, very possible that we look back on this being a complete blip on the radar, being like, that was weird as hell.
Yes, and that's why I will, the next 15 showers I take, I will say, I said the Penguins' future is bright. Like, that's going to be my
I think you were just trying to be nice.
Yeah, like, hey, you got to limit it. Hey, but watch out for you guys go forward. No, like, they were supposed to be the worst team in the league by a country mile, famously at the beginning of the season. Elliot Friedman said the interesting thing about this season is there are no teams. There's only one team that everybody knows is open for business.
Yeah.
And that's the Pittsburgh Penguins.
And they still kind of were. Like, during the course of the season.
They made good, I mean.
They soft sold. They asset managed.
I can't think of any moves they made, but I'll take your word for it. I'm sure that whatever move they made, it was a win-win and a harmless fleecing, if that. No teams and franchises got ruined. No one's going to the Maple Leafs in 2 years. Got it? Fun season for the Penguins. And right now you look at it and you say, well, I could have been thinking about Gavin McKenna. I'm out anyway. Brad Marchand logic. I'd rather miss the playoffs than not win in the playoffs. But like, good for you, Penguins. I'm glad, as our friend Mike Felger would say. And mercifully, we're not playing any Felger clips today, and we could have. But Felger always says
texts?
no.
Okay.
He says I texted with Felger this morning about a great point that he accidentally hid in a rant about Jeremy Swayman, where we'll get to it later. But I texted him. I was like, hey, you know when you were screaming there, you actually said, like, you probably don't know this, but you said something smart. And he was like, I know. I got that shit. But this could have been a year where you stink, you miss the playoffs, you hope for success in the lottery. But Felger always says, I just want a hockey season. Like, is it too much to ask for? I don't think my team's going to win the Stanley Cup. He's you won't believe it, a diehard Bruins fan, but he's like, I just want a hockey season. Penguins fans, I saw you and we interacted with you. You had a fucking good season and a good time. So sucks to say when you're eliminated in the first round, but
it also, like, it sucks to say when you're eliminated in the first round, and that experience is pretty sobering in terms of like where you're at. Like we said last year, who did the Hurricanes beat in the second round, third round, where it was like they weren't particularly close. And
Hurricanes weren't beating anyone in the third round.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
was it in the recent year?
What was
it?
Capitals.
Oh yeah. Then the Capitals basically said like we had a good year.
Oh yeah,
but this was a reminder that like we got a ways to go, and
lost that series
we're
4-1.
not really close to being a serious contender. That is kind of the story for the Penguins here. Is like you got in, great season, like third best offense in the league. You made the dance, got Sidney Crosby back to the playoffs, but then you got absolutely smoked by what would and probably should have been the 8th seed, and a team that has never really been there before as a group, very inexperienced young team. That's sobering.
Yes, very sobering. And when I said future is bright, chat said, is this darker, by the way? Am I crazy?
Dark. I think it's darker outside.
It's not nice out. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a little weather chat for you. But chat, when I said when I said that Penguins' future is bright and then immediately took it back, I think Ambassador to Greece said, well, no, like it can be bright if you want to get back to having some conversations that we stopped having this season. Which is like, do you say, Sid, we maxed this thing out here. This was a great season. And we know we still weren't very close, but still happy for what the Flyers or for what the Penguins did. Do they open that back up? Because famously, that is a very tradable contract. I will spare Penguins fans by not inserting a trade Crosby conversation.
Just for one day.
I mean, we
don't
didn't do it all year. We didn't do it all year, and good for you. You didn't. You gave no space for us to take that, because if you did, we would have.
Somebody chat's asking what happened to my face. What happened to my face is that I read that we hate the Penguins in the chat. There's been several accusations of us being unfair to the Penguins. Sorry that I said that they got smoked. I guess maybe that's unfair. They won a couple games when the Flyers sort of shit their pants when there was actual expectations. You got fucking smoked in the games that you lost. The games that you lost weren't particularly close. I know that was 1-0 last night. That one was.
I was going to say.
All right, fine. Hand up.
You scored 100% fewer goals, or would that be infinitely fewer goals?
You got shut out twice. That's
by a team who didn't shut anybody out all year.
Yeah.
Famously.
All right, you didn't get smoked, but you lost pretty handily to the Philadelphia Flyers.
I've gotten the hiccups like 30 times on the show the last couple of weeks. Why do you get hiccups?
Have I ever brought up that I think like 2 months ago I got the hiccups and Ellen said, ew. That gave me the ick. Yeah, I know. Real piece of work, that one.
That gave you the ick.
I've never said anything that has given me the ick to Ellen. And I'm sorry that my body had some sort of response. I don't know what causes hiccups. I'm sorry that I had
you have a
fucking
disease.
hiccups in front of you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Icks are irrational.
What's that?
I said icks are irrational. The things that I have heard from various women that they would consider icks are the most insane random shit.
I mean, I guess in that sense, at least she used and applied ick appropriately. I hate when people are like, it really gives me the ick when guys are emotionally abusive. And I'm like, that's not an ick. That is literally
just a problem.
a thing that you should avoid.
Yeah,
And
that
You should
is-
not like it.
yeah. The application of ick has gone way too far.
Icks shouldn't cost you years of your life.
Yes.
Like an emotionally abusive relationship obviously is something to avoid at all costs if you can. If there's an ick here or there, I'm trying to think. I don't think my partner has any icks, but I don't think you have any icks. I think I'm not an ick person, quite frankly. If something pisses me off, it's going to come to the forefront, and I'm not going to make it a little thing. I'm going to make it a big thing.
Respectfully, I think that the majority, like if there's an ick allocation in a relationship involving you, most of them are probably like tied to you.
Sorry for being interesting.
Sorry for having hiccups.
Yeah. I mean, I've had hiccups recently, as I just had them there. But
I would also say that,
I
like,
don't know. At least my girlfriend doesn't hate me.
I mean, I was also just gonna say, I think
girlfriend
that
doesn't hate
her. Yeah.
I'm dominating ick allocation.
You're in
as
a
well.
relationship where when you have the hiccups, your wife is like, I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
So maybe
I mean, like BJ said, I wouldn't enter a relationship and be like, that thing you do gives me the ick. I'd be like, please stop chewing with your mouth open. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it would just be a problem or something I don't give a shit about.
Chat said, what about DJ? Did we forget about DJ's microwave timer thing? As far as I recall it, the microwave timer thing is not yours. Or I guess that could be your ick, but it's your response to the microwave timer, which was the thing that was brought up on the show. You yell, oops.
yes,
when there's time left on-
but they're saying that, like, aren't I suggesting that
That would be your
Julia's microwave behavior would be an ick for me? I think
That's
some
not
of you've heard this
ick,
before.
though.
I'm just too old, and we didn't have the term ick for most
But
of my life.
that's
so, like,
not
it's
what an
just
ick is.
a
That's not an
thing
ick, that's an annoyance.
It's just the thing that annoys me.
Yeah.
And
Like an ick is something that makes you like unattractive to that
Yes.
person.
yes.
Yeah.
That just annoys you, I guess. Like, I don't think it changes the way you view your girlfriend. It
might.
Maybe I'm wrong.
She better
maybe
stop
I'm
fucking
wrong.
around with that microwave.
That's-
She's listening.
That's an
it
oops,
could.
Oops, not an ick.
It could.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, she's got some oopses. she's
Little
human.
things I'd rather you not do, but it doesn't really change my,
We all
my
have
view on you.
oopses. So the Flyers face the Carolina Hurricanes next. The odds from Sports Interaction: Hurricanes are minus 333, and the Flyers are plus 260, which I believe is pretty. That's pretty lofty. That's pretty hefty. I feel like odds in playoff series are usually like pick 'em pluses, aren't they? Usually
not
someone's not a
always.
heavy favorite like that.
I mean, I think it's pretty deserved here. I love the Flyers, and I love the different kind of energy that they bring. Like, all signs point towards the Hurricanes being more, I guess,
Good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that might be the word that I was looking for. More prepared, more built for it, battle tested. Yeah, I would love to see the Flyers make it very interesting in this second round. I think that's fair projection from Vegas.
All right, so that yeah,
Oh damn! Season series. Chat says season series between the two, very close. 1 overtime, 3 shootouts.
Yeah, shout out Boston Fleet and Ottawa Charge.
Yep.
Every meeting they've had this season went to overtime. So that semi is going to be very interesting up against today. We'll talk to Alina Müller later on the show. Famously, one of my friends who's a diehard Flyers fan has been going nuts for the Flyers all series, and he just wants them to win this series so bad. And he knows they could do it, and he believes, and they've got it. I wake up to a text this morning from him this morning. I wake up to a text from him this morning that says, "Thank God." So happy. Can I bet Hurricanes in 4 now?
Oh my god!
I was gonna say
that's such
I feel
bad
like
behavior.
Is it though? Like, I feel like the Flyers are probably in like a what would your like if the Bruins win the series against the Sabres? How are you approaching the next round against either the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Montreal Canadiens?
Oh yeah, fully expecting them to get smoked, but I'm
Exactly.
not gonna bet on it happening.
Well,
I think that's
I guess that's
bad
fair.
behavior. I think that when you have a team that is essentially playing with found money or house money, you prepare yourself emotionally and you hedge emotionally. You're like, they're not going to win this series. We're going to get smoked. Then if anything good happens, it's just more found money, and you prepare yourself to just be crushed. So I understand if Flyers fans are there. Don't bet on the opponent to sweep. That's crazy.
It just reminded me of one of my favorite videos after Biden got elected, which was like a guy was wearing a hat that said like anyone but Trump, like Trump is the worst or whatever. And he saw the results of the election and he was like, oh, thank God. Took off his hat and put on a new hat that just said like the president kind of sucks, which is like Flyers fans are like, we got to do like, this is our moment. All right. And they win that series. They're like, all right, cool. Back to normal. We're not
Fire
going anywhere.
talk it.
Yeah. Fire talk it, play Michkov. But congratulations to the Flyers.
Congratulations to Michkov. He
Yeah.
had the assist on the game-winning goal.
Game changer, y'all.
That's right.
Game changer, y'all. Now, meanwhile, the Habs have pushed the Lightning to the brink with a 3-2 victory last night in Game 5. Brendan Gallagher with the big goal. I'm sorry, the story for it, for me, is Andrei Vasilevsky in the third period on that Texier goal.
We got to have a conversation.
This horrible goal, which shout out Lane Hudson. I mean, you watch that goal and you say, holy Christ, we got to talk about the goalie. Obviously, we opened this conversation about the whole game saying, oh my God, you got to talk about the goalie. But shout out Lane Hudson, seeing the Lightning were in the middle of a change and springing Texier there. Great play from a great player. This is not a goal that players should generally not score off the rush. Goalies these days should make the first save. Like from
not
that
go that
angle,
far.
good goalies make the first save. You get beaten cleanly from time to time. But
Depends who's shooting the puck. Let's say that.
okay, let's watch this goal.
This is Tessier, so I think that you probably make this save.
Is underway 1 minute in. A lead feed. They've got Texier. Shot. Scores. Alex Texier. 66 seconds in.
Chris, another example. Quick change.
That is so
and what a
bad.
Heads-up play by Hudson. Just
When a goalie
take
can
it
see
out.
that,
Texier, remember that goal? He was able to score.
And
from
He-
the dot
And
to
the
get
spinorama falling back towards the net is also not good optically there. At least get beat cleanly and look sturdy.
that is so bad. A dreadful game-winning goal, may I add, because that was it for scoring in the game. So that's what puts the Lightning down 3-2 in the series against the Canadiens team that should be now feeling themselves. They're obviously up 3-2 in the series. They've gotten Brendan Gallagher back.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, saying they got him back
Well,
kind of implies that he wasn't available.
Yes, they've put him back, I should say. They've got him going, is what I would mean to say.
Yeah.
They've got him going. I always feel bad for someone who wears a letter and isn't playing.
So the Brendan Gallagher experience, and like credit to Brendan Gallagher, it hasn't been all that sad because Brendan Gallagher seems to have awareness as to how good this Canadiens team is and to his place on it. And that's why it's so easy to root for that guy. It's also super easy to root for him because he once got me free drinks because
someone got you a drink 'cause
extremely
they
drunk Canadiens fans saw me and thought that I was Brendan Gallagher and bought me drinks all night. It was fucking incredible.
They had won. The Canadiens had smoked the Bruins, and at like a bad Foxborough bowling place thing, someone bought Pete a beer because he looked like Pete Gallagher. Brendan Gallagher. Peter Gallagher famously is a actor from Seventh Heaven.
The OC.
Don't call it that. That's an Arrested Development reference. Whenever I do that, I feel bad because it sounds like I'm actually being rude and telling someone to not call it something. But Canadiens are winning without their stars producing big time. So that's where I would say, like, that's where they should be feeling themselves, where they're like, we're here without the, how long are these guys going to do it thing? How about this? They're not doing it at all. We're still fucking winning.
He's fucking not doing shit. They have one combined 5-on-5 point between Demidov, Caulfield, Suzuki, and Slafkovsky. That is crazy. To have a series lead, and Noah Dobson might be coming back soon. Like, most signs point to the Canadiens being in pretty good shape here. Especially like
scared.
Friday night, Bell Center, chance to wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Good luck to the Tampa Bay Lightning. I did want to have a more expansive take on the Vasilevsky thing because, sure, you can say one bad goal. He's a Vezina finalist. Leave him alone. He's a really good goaltender. Sure, but let's look at his last 4 playoff runs here. 21 playoff games, 6-15 record. Okay, that's a team stat. Sure. 881 save percentage and 11.5 goals saved below expected. Andrei Vasilevsky ain't the playoff stud that you once knew him to be.
No, he is not. And here's where I'll pay off the Felger tease. I'm listening to Felger yesterday, who famously opened his show by going, "Wee! Pasta scored a goal! Oh yeah, like great, real fucking cool." And I'm like, the game-winning goal in overtime.
It was pretty cool. It was
extremely cool. But he's not a Pasternak guy, so whatever. I mean, that was the closest I've been to like my guy starting to lose the plot. Like
the closest you've been for the first time. You're starting to wonder if Mike Felger's lost the plot in the Boston Bruins. I
think that he did something that he does that I used to do in my TV days, where I would make my point more about an argument I'm having with fans than what we're talking about. You know, where it would be like, hey, Patriots came out and won that game. Instead of being like, Patriots came out and won that game, the defense played well, I would be like, Patriots won a game despite Mac Jones throwing for 40 yards. Oh, thanks for those 40 yards, Mac Jones. Definitely can't win a game without Mac Jones. And it's like, Patriots won the game. Why aren't you talking about the good things that happened? Because you have that itch that you need to scratch. So Felger does that, I think, in arguments with Bruins fans about 2 players in particular. It was just a bad night for him, though, because the 2 players in particular are David Pasternak and Jeremy Swayman. And as you noted the other night, you said we have an extended family group chat now with Young Gritty and Evan Sporer, who does our social media.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I just
doxed him.
If I just blew people's mind that like we text with Young Gritty.
Oh, I mean, we've met Young Gritty multiple times.
Yeah. But
a friend of the show.
But
I've hugged Young Gritty
personally.
But you texted. You better have. you better
multiple times.
You hugged him. You're still in debt.
Yeah,
you still owe him a lot more.
But Pete said in that group, like, bad night for Felger the other night, where David Pasternak scores the game-winning goal. Evan Bouchard shows everybody who the fuck he is. Jeremy Swayman is big again, having a great series, but. That's the thing. Felger's a dog. He's like, I don't fucking care. As he was saying, he was like, cool, Pasternak's 1 for 50 on just cherry picking and dangling, which I would say he had a pretty nice breakaway, or he had a pretty nice game-winning goal in an important game against the Maple Leafs a couple years ago in the playoffs, I would say. But that's neither here nor there. In his ranting,
overtime merchant.
Yes. Overtime winner merchant. As he is as he is ranting and raving about the goaltenders, and he said, "Oh, and I know I gotta shout out Swayman is a Vezina finalist, so like that's real good. Jeremy Swayman, Vezina finalist. Who are the other Vezina finalists? Ilya Sorokin didn't make the playoffs, and Andrei Vasilevsky. We'll see what happens. He's been good in the playoffs before, but I'm starting to not love him in the playoffs. Which again, like some of the shit that Felger says, you're like."
You do know, Paul. Like that's the most frustrating part. It's like you can't say that this guy has no good takes, doesn't know puck, doesn't know what the fuck he's talking. Sometimes he sprinkles in something where you're like, oh shit,
God, that
you
guy
are
fucking
paying
knows what he's
attention.
talking about. Yeah.
And then he says nobody knows who Evan Bouchard is, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Broken clocks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a broken clock. I mean, that guy is, Sean, closer to you on the sports watching side than he is to a lot of media members, which is if the TV is on, that guy's watching a fucking sports game. If there is an Australian women's rugby game on at 4 a.m. and Felger's up at 4 a.m, that's probably on the TV because he just has to watch sports and think about sports.
That's fine.
Every fucking second. So he is.
I wouldn't be able
so
to
much-
give you hot, like real takes on Australian women's soccer, though.
Yeah, that's
because
the
I
thing.
watch a
Sean
one-off
doesn't
game.
get in front of a microphone and be like, let me tell you why you're wrong about this thing that I don't really know about.
But as he's doing this, he's saying the thing about the Vezina winners and how far is that, or the Vezina finalists, and how far is that really getting you? And I watched Vasilevsky allow that goal last night, and I was like, who were the Vezina finalists last year? And it was Connor Hellebuck, who lost in the first round.
Second round.
Connor Hellebuck, didn't they lose to the
Lost
Star?
in the second round.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they got past the
And
Blues.
he kind of got his shit together in that second round, too.
Okay. Point withdrawn. It was Andrei Vasilevsky who lost in the first round.
Correct.
And was it Darcy Kemper last year? Or was it was
Darcy?
Logan Thompson maybe?
I forget who the
I'm
third
number
Vezina
crunching.
finalist was.
Yeah. Look up who the 24-25 Vezina finalists were. I thought that it was Vasilevsky, Kemper, and Connor Hellebuck.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, it was those
Or
three
three.
guys. And Hellebuck ekes through the first round, although I agree, like he was bad or he was awesome.
Right. Yeah.
So, but maybe that's the
Man,
Connor
I forgot
Hellebuck.
the Blues almost won a round last
Right,
year.
the Blues came seconds away from
that was electric.
yeah. And then Vasilevsky, who lost in the first round, and as you mentioned, we're starting to get a little like new chapter of playoff Vasilevsky and Darcy Kemper, who of course did not get out of the first round. Bob was a Vezina finalist the year before, and I think he did okay. But there is a little, if you want to say having a Vezina finalist does not equal becoming, say, a conference finalist or Stanley Cup finalist, like there's certain things where, of course, you want them, but the direct line isn't as thick a direct line as you want it to be. Another example of it is forever people were obsessed with winning faceoffs, and obviously you want to win a faceoff, but there was a movement, I don't know if it still exists, where people pointed out like winning faceoffs does not correlate to team success as much as you think it would. Like obviously you want to have the best goalie you can have, but this is now 2 years where the Vezina finalists might not make runs.
Sure, but here's where the argument is flawed, in my opinion. A lot of times, the Vezina finalist gets recognition because they play behind a pretty bad team, or they lift up a team that shouldn't go as far as they do because the goaltending is so good. Like Connor Hellebuck, I think we can just say that like Connor Hellebuck has elevated the Winnipeg Jets beyond what they should be.
Probably.
Ilya Sorokin, absolutely should win the Vezina this year because he's played behind a New York Islanders team that doesn't really defend all that well in front of him. And as soon as he kind of came back down to earth, that team looked terrible.
This sounds more like heart chat to me, though. And I don't know how these general managers vote, but that sounds more heart-y to me. But if you are a goaltender that is carrying a team, you're probably playing a lot more, which would lend itself to saying, okay, well, this is a better body of work because they've played a lot more, even if their save percentage isn't as high as everybody else's. That was just getting a little hearty.
Yeah, okay, fine. I also think that some of those things are kind of intertwined. Like if you are in the heart conversation as a goaltender, you're probably also in the Vezina conversation.
Yeah.
I also just think that I don't think that many people have viewed the Vezina as like a ticket to like an automatic deep playoff run. I don't think that conversation really exists.
The goalie market, with the exception of when Stan Bowman's making the trade, teams do not have to pay a lot for goaltenders. Like
That's
a
the other thing
Vezina winner. What's that?
No, that's what I was going to say too, is like the Vezina doesn't really like weigh the fact that like if you have a great goalie, particularly in like the New York situations or Florida situation where you're paying a goalie a lot, like obviously that should correspond with them performing well, which should correspond with them being considered for the Vezina, but it also means you can't spend money on the rest of your roster. So you look at the Oilers, who weren't spending a bunch of money on a goalie, you can spend that money other places. So like, yeah, like I don't think there's necessarily even logic behind the idea that like Vezina equals good playoff team. I think if anything, it could be contradictory.
And there's too many cases. We've talked about a lot of goalies this year, and I'll throw out, do you think you can win I think we used Ingram as an example at one point. Like, do you think you could win a team could win a Stanley Cup with blank? And very few players is my answer. No. Not that just stick anybody back there, but goalies, I've said a million times, can be like relief pitchers where you think you know the good ones and the best ones should stand out. They make the big money. And there's a lot of guys who, hey, what happened to them? Did they get hurt this year? I heard a lot about them last year. They were really good, and they're not as good this year. That is the up and down nature of the position. I don't want to totally running back them, but I will say that if you want to argue, and maybe you're saying, okay, well, I'll hit what Felger says with a duh, but I just think maybe it's that he said something and there's proof behind what he's saying.
It's just very circumstantial. It's like, what does the team look like in front of, if you have an average goaltender, what does the team look like in front of them? How well do they defend? How much do they score? And if you have a great goaltender, what does the team look like in front of them? Are they making up for, like, is it a New York Rangers type situation where you're kind of making up for what you lack in front of them? Like, it's just a very circumstantial discussion, and I don't think anybody has ever looked at the Vezina as being like, oh, well, that team's definitely making the conference final, otherwise they're a failure.
I mean, well, there just used to be a thing which was like kind of to cross sports, when an old guy's talking about basketball and he says, you know, you need a big center. You need a big man. You need someone who's going to grab a bunch of rebounds, someone who's going to be really tough in the paint. And when someone says that, you think they've been watching the sport a long time and they have made up their mind about how it's played years ago, locked into that. And when you get, I think someone now would say, you know, when you get to the playoffs, it's all about the goalie. You got to have the guy. And that thing, maybe it's not said anymore, but that's something that throughout my life was said a lot. And I was a young person in Boston, a young Bruins fan at a time where, I mean, they've had good goaltending forever, but there was a time in my life when they never had a goalie. Mm-hmm. And you would watch other teams and you'd be Fernandez. Like, it is... Oh, before that, no, Manny Fernandez was when it was like good.
Well, that's when people thought it was going to be good. I remember the Bruins goaltending was bad for so long that they got Manny Fernandez, and I was like, okay, and my life now begins.
I'm talking like they would get somebody.
Sorry, that's Byron Dafoe.
And they would have like a good year, Blaine Locker, and you were like, all right, well, this is the guy. And it turns out he sucks, and you'd have goaltending, and then you play the Devils in the first round, and you were like, that team has Martin Brodeur, and they have the puck the whole game. I want to be those guys instead. Yes. That thing doesn't really exist anymore, though. The thing of like, hey, it all comes down to goaltending. You can have a good goalie and a really good team. And ask, are our Stars fans back today? They weren't here yesterday.
Yeah, I did notice a loud, obnoxious lack of Eileen and Aaliyah in yesterday's chat. I respect their decision. I don't blame them, but I am noticing.
Yes,
# noticing.
Someone in the chat says, has DJ ever explained how he became an Oilers fan? We've done that a bunch of times, but I think that I will just do a separate, like, quick video or reel or something that we can, like, pin some, that we could...
Just like 10 minutes looped of Leon Draisaitl highlights.
Yeah, I will make a fan cam of Leon Draisaitl and Peter Chiarelli not trading Leon Draisaitl and Peter Chiarelli signing Leon Draisaitl to his second contract. And that is the short answer there. But speaking of goaltending and other things that should upset Utah Mammoth fans, Mammoth fans, I'm seeing you. I love you. Seeing you start to turn on GMBA a little bit. This is now the welcome to being a playoff team where life fucking sucks. You know, when you are not a playoff team, you just want to make the playoffs, and then you make the playoffs, and this team is tearing you apart. Because the Utah Mammoth, I went through the box scores today to double check. It's famously, what did I say could happen in the Oilers-Ducks series?
Remind me.
Both teams could do something every game.
They could blow a lead every single game.
Both teams could lead every single game. I thought that was a possibility. And after last night, I was like, has every a game featured both teams leading? No, but the Utah Mammoth have led in the third period of every game this series. They trail the series 3-2.
It's not good.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That
Yikes.
sucks. And I'm sorry, Mammoth, and I'm sorry, Mammoth fans that right now are looking at Josh Doan, and I'm seeing a lot of people mad at Mackenzie Weegar, who had a really bad giveaway and is like things aren't good for the Mammoth. But I will remind you, you don't want to hear it as you're on the brink of elimination. You're not dead yet, and you are where you wanted to be. You wanted to make the playoffs. You made the playoffs.
Sure, but saying you're
not
where you want
exactly
to be.
where you want to be.
Exactly, yeah. The Mammoth problems are correctable. That's the thing that I'll say. Like, I still believe in the Mammoth. I think that they can do it. It's just, Sean, did you just put on your JJ Peterka jersey?
What's that? I'm putting on the jersey of the best player of the Michael Kessler and Josh Doan JJ Peterka trade.
And who's that for audio listeners?
It's
Nice, crisp. Wearing it backwards so the people don't get confused. 77, John Jason Peterka.
it's a tough go of things right now for JJ Peterka.
There's a 6 on this. There's as many 6s on this jersey as there are points he has, I believe.
We did recommend betting on his anytime goal last night, and so if you bet on that,
I am in misery.
Not so fast. He did kind of give up a goal. He was kind of responsible for a goal.
I agreed with this. I'm throwing you under the bus. It was your suggestion. We do. Yep. Oh, big time on me for agreeing with you. I'm sorry. I stood with the wrong people. The company I keep is questionable. Pete said JJ Peterka anytime goal. I said hell yeah, not knowing that he was going to be on the fourth line. And that
guy doesn't play
how
anymore.
much like he
He
doesn't
played 14
really,
minutes, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know hockey like I thought I did.
Ash Patel's a hockey guy.
Yeah, more so than I am.
the JJ Peterka has played 24 combined minutes over the last 2 games, and there have been about like 120 minutes of hockey. So
Ruh-roh, Scoob.
not good. Just very correctable mistakes from the Utah Mammoth if they want to get back in the series. They were sloppy as hell last night. We want to talk about goalies making mistakes. Karel Vejmelka just gave away a goal in the second period. That was tough. Mackenzie Weegar obviously had that horrific turnover that, credit to Karel Vejmelka, stopped Jack Eichel in all alone, but then the ensuing possession off the faceoff, they gave the puck away again, and they score. Like, just way too many giveaways from the Utah Mammoth, and they just look kind of young and not ready for it. Yeah? I mean, like, there are a few players that have been awesome. Clayton Keller was incredible last night. I thought that
Dylan Guenther's still a fucking
Guenther's been
dog.
really, really good. They just need to clean it up.
Yeah, I would say that both Pacific series are, and it stinks that these teams are going to play each other after because we're not going to have an answer on it. But don't you watch each Pacific series and be like, it's hard to tell what this is outside of the Pacific Division. Like, it's hard to apply what I'm seeing to the NHL playoffs. If, say, the winner of this series, the Vegas Mammoth series, played the winner of the Stars and the Wild. Mm-hmm. Like, would you have a way of kind of computing like how these guys look in their series versus how these guys look in their series, where like the competition is just so much higher?
Yeah, the way that I would compute
assume,
it, the way that I would compute it, I would enter in the whichever team comes out of it, and I would just come away with the take, those guys are going to get fucking smoked.
Yeah,
So do you think they're going
exactly.
to get? Do you think they're
Yes.
going to get smoked?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I
like,
think
I think that
Vegas
there's
will get
enough
shit pumped.
I think that there's enough talent on whoever comes out of there. Like, if it's Vegas, sure. If it's Utah, sure. They'll probably win like a game or two. Like I think that they can make it an interesting series at points, but at the end of the day, on the aggregate, they're going to get smoked. I think that I think that Minnesota's great. Dallas is great. I think Colorado's obviously great. They're going to shit bump the Pacific teams.
I think I would agree with that, and it's unlikely we're going to see. It's very unlikely statistically. I would agree with that, with the exception of if the Oilers and Stars.
I was going to say
get out of
I
their
won't even
divisions, and I'd be like, I think we can all
Hospital Oilers though.
Yeah, so like
actually we kind of have hospital stars too. Like Mikko Rantanen, I think is pretty obviously hurt. I think
I hate to say better be, but
hurt.
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah, you better be. Yeah. I'm willing to say that Rantanen is definitely hurt based off of the way that he looks, not only in its like production, but just like he is not a dog in the series.
Is he on Goat Watch?
He's on dog derogatory watch.
Dog
Stay out of the box,
derogatory
pal.
watch. Speaking of, we forgot to show this during the Flyers conversation, but the Phillies were in the house at the Flyers game last night, and here's how they were received in Philadelphia.
What? I don't know if I have that.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, we didn't.
You can guess.
Can I also bring up that we didn't mention? I don't think. Maybe I blacked out. Nikita Kucherov. Does that guy
yes.
stink?
Yes, he's on bad and bad and lots of evidence he doesn't try.
Yeah. Well,
Is he
he
more
tries
the
at
GOAT?
certain things.
Is he more the GOAT than Connor McDavid because he's also bad and we have more tape on him of him not trying?
If we're gonna have the Vasilevsky conversation, we gotta have the Kucherov conversation. Not only did he absolutely flub a brilliant chance in last night's game, he also now has one playoff goal in 19 games.
Brutal.
Speaking of brutal, do we have the Phillies video?
No.
What do we call that? Brutal? Are the
call
Phillies
it-
getting mogged this week? They got Cora mogged. Then they got
It's in the
Flyers
rundown,
mogged.
Sean, but don't
Oh.
worry if we
What's
can't
that?
get to it. I mean, we've already acknowledged the Phillies were there and they got booed, and that made me root for the Flyers more in that game because, like, eyes on the prize. And at the end of the day, you're Philadelphia fans. You got to boo shit that isn't the exact thing you wanted to watch.
I mean, yeah. We didn't come here to watch a Phillies game. Get the fuck off my screen. I also think like Philly fans, they call it like they see it. If their team stinks, they fucking boo. If their team's good, they show up. They're passionate. They're crazy. That's good sports fan behavior.
Exactly. Famously, they booed Mrs. Claus. No, they booed Santa Claus. They didn't want that Mrs. Claus smoke. Mrs. Claus fucked them up. PWHL playoffs begin tonight when the Ottawa Charge visit the Boston Fleet in Lowell. I'm already thinking, I hate to think to like skip ahead, but if the Bruins get eliminated
I'm not going to Lowell.
and the Fleet, the Fleet are in the Cup,
I like your line of thinking here.
Walter Cup,
Welcome to TD Garden.
at TD Garden.
Yeah. I mean, there's precedent.
We know they can sell it out.
Well, I was saying there's precedent in
Ottawa,
a PWHL team being like, okay, this is our shit now. This is our house. We're moving in.
Luxury Trash says Lady Bing nominees are
Don't
out. Do you boys have thoughts? Not even fucking close. Let's keep screwing around.
Cole Caulfield's in the Lady Bing. I'll support Cole Caulfield in any of his endeavors, but Lady Bing is a little baby award.
Yeah, but if we can just skip ahead to the Fleet Victoire final, which would feed each and every family, if that's played at the Garden,
I'll be there no matter what.
I'm going every game. I don't know how it matches up with other teams' schedules, but like, I'm leaving this postseason with something.
I gotta see a Fleet game, a Fleet goal against Victoire at TD Garden this year, and I'm 0 for 1. So I'm willing to get back there and see a goal.
All right, here is our conversation with the best Swiss player ever, Alina Müller. The Boston Fleet center, Alina Müller. Alina, hey, how are you?
Hi guys, and thanks for having me. Good.
Thank you so much for coming on. You are our first PWHL player guest, so we are nervous and we are going to screw it up. But as long as we're the ones that screw up bigger this week, it's all good because you got the playoffs starting on Thursday against Ottawa, and you start with the semis, best of 5. How you feeling going into it?
Yeah, super excited. Obviously, that's the time we've all been waiting for, and our team has done a great job so far during the season. And yeah, we can't wait to get started.
Going into the season, I mean, the team lost Hillary Knight, the team lost Tana Bilka. They're like, it would be easy to question, like, what is this team going to look like? What kind of result will they get? And I know that once you're in the playoffs, you don't care, but you did set a new record in league points, tied with the Victoire, I suppose. But like, to have that dominant a season, did you think the team had it in them? And as a result of playing so well in the playoff and the regular season, how do you feel going into the postseason now?
Yeah, we had a lot of doubters for sure before the season, and again, that's something new for us in women's hockey. And people talking about us, people talking on social media, everywhere, on the internet and media, and yeah, so that was also a new situation. And yeah, I have to say though, I think for all the players that are on the team, we really bought in since day one. And yeah, the coaching staff, new head coach Chris Barr has been doing an amazing job communicating, preparing us for any scenario possible. And yeah, we just started really focused, and then we realized that yeah, we have a really good team together, and we kept taking one game at a time. And now we're really prepared for anything that comes.
You talk about the closeness of the group. What's the most fun part of this team away from the ice?
Literally, the character that those players are, just being around them, having players from all over the U.S. and Canada, just getting to know their families, their friends, yeah, hanging out, getting to know their past, where they played, and yeah, how far yeah, they've come, and just everybody's journey. It's pretty unique to have yeah, a group coming together and working towards a common goal, and everybody being so professional and just wanting to be successful with the team.
You're roommates with Erin Frankel. How much does she talk about Caesar salads?
Yeah, a lot. I think she eats them more than she talks about them. But yeah, I mean, since the Olympics, I think every week we get a package full of Caesar salads or dressings or anything like that dropped off our door. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see how yeah, it popped off. And yeah, she's truly, like, she loves Caesar salads, and it's cool that the fans are so into it.
So to those who don't know, Erin Frankel is a Caesar salad influencer at this point. She has a Caesar salad Instagram account on which she strictly posts Caesar salads, and as a result, it seems it's paying off.
And Caesar adjacent things, not just Caesar salads.
Will there be like a wrap on there?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything for you, like when you see this kind of success, are you like, oh, I have this passion off the ice that I should make an account for to maybe see if I can get sent whatever? I mean, I feel like someone would guess the roller guards because you've definitely popularized the skate guards with the wheels on them. Those are amazing. But what would your thing be?
I've recently been into reading books a lot. I think after college, just yeah, having that extra time, yeah, for ourselves. Sometimes after practice or especially on the road, yeah, just really yeah, heard that like Quinn Hughes, Jack Hughes are big readers, and gotten to know them, their family, just kind of tried something like that too. And yeah, discovered really cool books. And on the road, just not always being on the phone or on game days, just reading a few pages, that really helps me. And yeah, it would be maybe cool to like start like a book club or something.
Hell yeah.
That's all the rage. Book clubs are back. What are you reading?
As of now, still a lot of like high performance, self-help books. I'm more from a science background. My studies in college too. So far I'm not really into any sci-fi or just romance books. So it's mostly stuff that helps my life, helps my performance. Just yeah, anything I can benefit from, any knowledge, and yeah, it's really cool.
You studied behavioral neuroscience, right?
Yes, I did.
Same.
Yeah, okay. Would you like consider that still to be like a true passion at this point?
Yes, definitely not as much anymore since yeah, I stopped going to school. But just always has always been very interesting to me, and there's just so much to learn about the brain, the nervous system. There's so many fields to work in. So yeah, we'll see what I do after hockey. But I also recently just signed up for sports management course. I'll do a certificate this summer. Just more really interested in yeah, since we started the PWHL, how a league like that is built, GM positioning, so just stuff like that. Just yeah, getting to know more what it takes to build something like that, and yeah, I'm pretty pumped to do that.
So you would go into management maybe in your post playing days?
Yeah, maybe. I really have no idea yet. I just enjoy being a pro, but just yeah, opening more doors for after.
I know you're a big Connor McDavid fan. Could you please become general manager of the Edmonton Oilers, because I'm having a little trouble with their current guy, and I think that quite frankly anybody would do a better job than Stan Bowman right now. But just with your hockey background and all the thought that you're putting into everything. Oh, I want you to keep playing hockey. Maybe you could do both, but go into management, save the Oilers.
Yeah, maybe start somewhere smaller first, but yeah.
You did play at Rogers Arena, and we discuss jerseys all the time. You got what we call the gross jersey. I own one. It's the cream one that has the script on it. I love it. But the other two folks on the show do not like. But look at this. This is an iconic look. Alina in the Connor McDavid 97. So good. What was it like playing there? And like, did you go to the store to get it, or was there a package there, or whatever? Because like that whole scene over there, we've been a couple of times, is nuts.
Yeah, definitely one of the coolest stadiums I've gotten to play in so far. I've never been there before this game, and yeah, the Oilers organization was kind enough to give out 2 or 3 jerseys to our team, and our yeah, marketing person, she knew I'm a big fan, so I was able to get one of those, and it's actually yeah, my first ever NHL jersey that I ever received, besides my brother's jerseys when he still played in the league. So yeah, it's yeah, for me super special. Still coming from Europe, the NHL is something yeah, even crazier for us from Europe. It always has been something not reachable really, and now kind of yeah, being so close to them, and yeah, getting a jersey from one of my favorite players was pretty cool.
And obviously you played at the Garden as well. We were there last year when you played at Aganis, and it was amazing. And a year later at the Garden, after I believe a week earlier, PWHL had sold out Madison Square Garden. And like, these games are just, they were always parties, but they are becoming like overwhelming, like beginning to end. Everyone going nuts, the craziest signs, like everything's gay as hell. Like, there is so much going on there. What do you make of the PWHL crowds?
Yeah, it's honestly pretty unbelievable what's going on at every game in every city, in every stadium. The fans are amazing, and yeah, everybody gives us feedback that the games are so much fun, and I think yeah, a lot of credit goes to the marketing people and just how they yeah, market our games, and yeah, welcoming people from all backgrounds, all genders. I think it's a pretty cool place to be. Everybody feels comfortable, and that was our goal from the beginning, and obviously the product on the ice helps. If we do a good job, people come back and watch, and yeah, it's the biggest thing ever to play in front of a sold out crowd.
Has the growth and success of the league surprised you in such a short period of time? Because like the product has been good for a while. It's just been the lack of a stable league and sort of the instability around the infrastructure. Like when the PWHL was launched, I think that a lot of people believed in the possibility of it working. But like 3 years later, seeing like the sold out buildings and how much excitement there is around the women's game, has that surprised you at all?
It was, yeah, definitely hard, or nobody predicted that it's gonna become so big so fast. But yeah, there has been a lot of work behind the scenes for it, and all the players that came before us, yeah, sacrificing, yeah, their lives for us, and um, yeah, now I think it's just a privilege that we can be a part of it right now, and we do our best we can, yeah, with the performance on the ice to keep it going. But there's a lot going on in women's sports everywhere, and I think that helps. Just yeah, the moment we're in right now, and with different sports selling out venues, I think all of that helps, and the mindset, the culture, yeah, about women, the thoughts about women, and just yeah, giving them the same opportunity as the men do, yeah, is something that really helped along the way.
Last thing I want to hit is that as we were setting up this call, Pete and I could see the flags in your apartment because there they are, because like clear evidence of a party from when you and Aaron got back from the Olympics. I mean, is there like a Christmas tree thing where you leave it up a certain amount? Or, I mean, I would leave that up forever. What's the plan there?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we have just amazing friends. So when we came back, they threw a party for us, and um, yeah, and they hung those up, and I mean, just I don't want to take them down. Whoever hung them up can take them down if they want to. I don't want to interfere with, yeah, with what they did. So yeah, we have great friends, and it's amazing to obviously live with Aaron. Super special, bringing two medals back in the same apartment. So yeah, it's a cool reminder.
You gotta get homeowners insurance or renters insurance. You got all those medals in there.
No.
No.
No, just come and get them.
Yeah, no, yeah, right. You have to deal with two hockey players. Aaron's dealt with much worse coming at the crease. Appreciate you so much, Alina. We're big fans. You've played some very close games against Ottawa, so we are excited to see what the playoffs will hold for the Fleet, but best of luck. We're both pulling for the Fleet. Thank
you so much. Really appreciate it.
Do not worry, I will make a drop of Alina Müller saying, no.
Just no fucking time for that.
No, I mean, as I was doing it, I was like, oh, this does not end with a question. This is an interview, and we don't know each other too well. And she's obviously very not
locked
here to
in.
screw around too
Actually.
much. She's got the playoffs going and everything. And as I was saying that, I was like, she might have no reaction to this. And she had the best reaction she could possibly have, which is like, oh, no, I'll think about that. And it's no. Not getting homeowners insurance for my bronze medal, okay? They can try to take my bronze medal from me and see what happens.
Pry it from my cold, dead hands. We will have a longer cut on YouTube post this show.
Sure
so
will.
Hit the YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We're climbing. I think my goal is I'd like to get 50K on YouTube by the end of the playoffs. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, head on over there. Subscribe.
You know
please.
what my goal is?
What?
No more war.
I don't care about
Lofty.
hockey. I don't know who Netanyahu is, so...
The reception to the Maroon 5 stuff is
the audio listeners. The audio listeners are gonna have no idea what just happened there, and
the audio audio listeners. I actually checked the charts for the first time in a
That's
while.
what they get. They should be on the YouTube. That's where all the fun is.
I checked.
I
the
think it's
charts,
going to be funnier to the audio listeners.
The charts for the first time in a while. We are like killing it audio wise, which is so funny to me because whenever I look at,
I always say we're a podcast where we were listening to in the car on the way back from Buffalo, and it was like clearly they're playing a video. It was Pablo Torre finds out.
Yeah,
they were playing a video, and we were like, "What the fuck is going on?" And it was so funny because I was like, "This is what." Every audio listener of What Chaos says every fucking day as we play a video that has no sort of indication as to what it is over audio.
And I do know, I mean, I think I've said this before, but like I do know people who exclusively listen to this on audio, and Emily Benjamin, NHL.com, not to brag, is like, oh no, I don't miss an episode. I'm like, and have you ever watched it? She's like, I have a job and kids and shit. I'm not watching your fucking podcast.
Plus, like, I think the live show is largely like a in the moment type of thing. Like, I think people like being in a live chat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would venture the majority of Whatnuts listen on audio.
That is when, I mean, you can tell because they will say excitedly in the chat, I usually don't get to do the live episodes. I'm so glad to be here. It's like, okay. Participate.
I love that Chad is telling people to listen or to watch the YouTube stream in the chat, which you can only see if you're in the YouTube chat on the stream.
Not if you're reading the chat. That's just accomplished their goal.
There you go.
Amazing. Okay, what do we have next on this wonderful show? Okay, well, that'll be a tough transition because...
oh, no.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Okay. Last night... in the What Chaos extended family group chat, we were sent an Instagram story from Cody Ceci, which featured a picture of the great Hugo Ceci, his beloved French bulldog, one of two. Shout out Zeus, with the caption, "R.I.P. buddy, our hearts are broken." And as I said off the top of the show, to lose a dog is a terrible, terrible thing, and we send our condolences to Cody Ceci, who is obviously a favorite of the show, a recurring guest, and a great person, a great dog owner who loves his dogs, posts Hugo a lot. And I'll just say straight up, I made a tribute video for Hugo Ceci that we are not going to show because it's just like too fucking sad. And, just don't want to do like we want to just spend like a happy minute on Hugo. And Pete, we were lucky enough to have Hugo on the show. Mm-hmm. What should we show first? Should we show Hugo's on ice prowess, or should we show? I think maybe that sets up why we were so in on Hugo.
Hugo became like a very important part of the What Chaos world and the What Chaos lore when the Oilers had their rough relay. And I believe that was the first season of What Chaos. And that was kind of like a seminal moment of like, okay, this is what the show is going to be. We're going to analyze the athletic prowess of NHL dogs.
Yes. So here is Hugo clearly winning the rough. Have you seen the rough relay before? You'll see, like, not to call out some dogs, but some dogs will. It's a race. They'll get on the ice and they'll like start to walk, and then they'll be like, "Hey, like my dad Leon is right there. I could run towards Leon, but
Lenny McDavid, Baden doesn't try."
I mean, Lenny just got off the ice.
I think didn't
Baden
Lenny
doesn't try,
turn
just
around?
like
Baden doesn't try. Yeah. So not to disparage other dogs, this is a celebration of Hugo. But look at Hugo's performance in the 324 rough relay.
He's ready to go. Ready, set, go.
There is music we had to mute. Flying.
Actually, I was going to say La Cucaracha probably wouldn't be appropriate.
Don't put any music for any of this.
7.1.
Direct line, locked in, incredible performance.
The speed was incredible. That summer, we had Cody on the show, and here is maybe one of the happiest clips in What Chaos history. You also have the best dog in the NHL. What's it like to know Hugo?
Yeah, he definitely stole the limelight from me the last couple of years. He's a fan favorite. People ask me about him more than they ask myself about me, but he's right over here. I can bring him on camera for a sec if you want.
Hell yes,
we want to do
please.
that. Yes, please.
We're not even going to do
Can
the
you
like,
please-
oh, if you want to. No, fucking do it.
Please
We want
get
you
Hugo.
to go.
We'll talk
He's in
amongst
the
ourselves.
hotel
It
with
takes
me.
you a couple minutes. Whatever. We love
he's
Hugo.
Hugo, come here.
Oh, this is a huge get.
Definitely
Biggest
don't
moment
miss
in
the
show
neon
history.
green.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. The legend.
Low Hugo.
Oh my God.
Hugo's like, how much you want to bet I can run faster than any of you fuckers? The best dog. A couple of things that chat said during that. Cody Ceci is hot. No shit. Welcome to life. The other thing was, and not to make this
Even darker?
Yeah, even darker. As I
Yeah.
watched that clip, I was like, oh, right, new fans. But we normally have jerseys up. We didn't always have all this shit back here, but we always have jerseys up. And that was shortly after, unfortunately, the hockey world lost the great Johnny Gaudreau. So we only had, we just had, I think, a couple of jerseys on, maybe like a Flames and Blue Jackets,
Yeah.
I think. But man, like, shouts out Hugo. Has given us this isn't our dog. We don't really know Hugo, but the first dog guest that we've ever had on the show and set a very high bar. Penny's been on the show, but that's more in a hosting role.
Yes.
But shout out
Johnny Lazarus is not an actual dog.
Yes, I also have to correct chat there that Johnny is in fact a person. But shout out Cody Ceci, just a gem, and shout out to his family. I didn't mean to say that. Who's David Guetta?
Yes.
Shout out to his family. But you know, if you got a dog, give him a little pat. They're the best things in the world. Tonight's games, we have.
Oh, Sean, you got something?
I have breaking news.
Uh-oh.
4 minutes ago, per Emily Kaplan, Jessica Campbell will not return to the Seattle Kraken bench next season.
Ooh.
So,
I mean,
moving in the wrong
Damn.
direction, NHL.
who knows? I mean, we don't know what happens here. I was interested when they blew out the coaching staff last year, who would stay, and Jessica Campbell staying. I was like, okay, like that's not like sometimes assistant coaches stay to provide some consistency. So a head coach can come in, go to an assistant coach who's been there a million years and be like, hey, what's up with this? Like, how do I talk to this guy? Or it's invaluable, I would say, to retain members of a coaching staff as you change head coaches. Interesting that they keep the head coach and now you see movement on the rest of the bench. But who knows? Maybe Jessica Campbell's like, I'm done with these guys. Like I would like a different opportunity.
Perhaps. Yes.
She's going to fix the Oilers.
I mean,
Could be some head coaching vacancies.
Alina GM,
Yeah.
Soupy head coach, save
There you
my team. Somebody. Yeah, very interesting though. Jessica Campbell, if folks don't know, is the first female coach on an NHL bench ever. And if you go watch when the Kraken are in town, kids show up with signs are like, this is my goat. So best of luck to Jessica Campbell. I don't know if this was her choice or if it was a mutual thing or whatever. I'll say this: Kraken fucking stink.
They sure do.
Hey, that team almost made the playoffs. Show some respect.
Another portion of this Emily Kaplan tweet, the Kraken are supporting Campbell as she receives interest across the NHL, all positive. Contract expires this summer. Sounds like they even left the door open for her to return to the organization.
So that's what I was suggest. Like I was not going to go right to. I mean, we could obviously make jokes and say like, oh, they got rid of the only female coach, problematic or whatever. But like coaching changes happen
Right.
and coaches leave. So
especially when the coach that hired them leaves.
yes,
Like,
so that was kind of my wonder if
Right.
that was.
And
I can do this somewhere else probably. So maybe I'll do it somewhere else.
A lot of people in the chat pointing out that the PWHL also is expanding, if not immediately in the short future. So perhaps she's pulling a little like Becky Hammond. She did that, longtime assistant for the Spurs, then went and took a head coaching job with the Aces and just fucking dominated over there.
Yep. And who was it? Kara Lawson, I think, was the Celtics assistant coach who went to. Let me number crunch this. Kara Lawson was a coach for the Celtics who was like Jason Tatum's like person on the staff.
Oh, this does.
It was Joe Mazzulla forever, and then Joe Mazzulla became the head coach, and then Kara Lawson was like Tatum's like coach. And Kara Lawson left the Celtics to become the head coach at Duke. So like kind of just work it where it's like you go from NBA to college, but you're going from assistant coach to head coach.
Yeah.
And I mean, my money's still on Jessica Campbell being the first woman head coach in the NHL. So maybe this is figuring out like, hey, if I'm toiling with the Seattle Kraken, no offense, Seattle Kraken, you stink, baby. Am I really going to continue to advance?
Somebody in the chat also said, remember when you guys claimed that you FBI in the Kraken more than the Kings? Yeah.
I still feel good about that.
I still.
How many playoff games did the Kings win? And
the same number as the Kraken.
Respectfully, I feel like I've shit all over both of those teams pretty equally all year long.
Jessica
Who's
Campbell
got the
didn't
brighter
just
future?
quit the Kings.
Huh?
Jessica Campbell didn't just quit the Kings.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you rather be right now, the Seattle Kraken or the Los Angeles Kings?
Kings.
The
There's
Kings.
If you're a New York team, a Miami team, or
fair. It's
or
easy
an
to
LA
get it.
team, there's just too good a chance you're going to get someone soon.
I will say Artemi Panarin turned down a trade to the Seattle Kraken in favor of demanding a trade to the Los Angeles Kings. Still one of the weirder things that happened this season. I don't fully understand it, but I think to DJ's point, like LA is a destination.
Chat, look, if we find out that Jessica Campbell was fired and it was for disgraceful reasons, then we will get on the NHL and we will get on the Kraken. From Emily's tweet, it does not look like she was fired here. So
And also,
like,
there's a
we'll
lot
get mad when it's time to
changing
get
in
mad.
Seattle right now. There's
What's
like
that?
she could have been fired just on just because like they're getting a
because the team
new
stinks. They
president.
fire,
Like,
you fire coaches when
things change.
Yeah. I mean, if
Like
we had nickel
I
for
don't know.
every coach that's gotten fired, where we said like didn't deserve that, but that's what teams do. Obviously, the stakes are higher because I think that we all want there to be women coaches in the NHL. And if I cannot imagine that the Seattle Kraken looked at everything and said, here's how we fix
That's
this.
the problem.
Assistant coach.
Well, to be fair, that's what the Maple Leafs did, and they didn't fix shit. So,
Do you think that Jessica Campbell's going to go on a generational
hashtag new avatar,
new profile pick run?
Hell yeah.
Could be a lot
would
of fun.
rock.
All right, tonight we have the Oilers at the Ducks, and I just wanted to check in on series odds while I was looking at the Flyers and the Hurricanes in the second round. Oilers are plus 185 to win the series. Ducks are minus 120 or are minus 222. So still,
what were the Oilers?
Oilers are plus 185 to win the series. Which, if you think they're winning tonight, just bet that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Buy.
What do you mean?
Like buy.
Like buy.
B-U-Y.
B-U-Y. Buy.
Yeah.
Buy. Like stocks. Invest.
I believe the Oilers are favorites to win tonight. I think they're favorites in every game. So if you're going to bet, my little sports interaction tip that I'll give you is if you are going to bet the Oilers to win tonight, just bet on the series and then cash out after the game, yeah? Or
I don't know what cash
or then
outs-
you're tied and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna bet on them to win, just let it ride.
But I think if
no
you're going to have
point cashing
minus
out at
odds
that
to
point.
win tonight, you could bet them plus 185 and then probably get your money back.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend that I'm smart enough to understand the math of the cash out.
All right, let's do a little sports interaction. Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook, Sports Interaction. Ontario only 18 plus. Please play responsibly. I believe. Let me check. I will get distracted in the What Chaos Group sales thing.
Are you looking for the
Yes.
parlay?
Oh, is the parlay
your
locked
start
in?
your
yeah,
engines
the parlay is.
But is it like confirmed? I'm saying.
I mean, as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
Start your engines parlay.
Start your engines
AKA the your best players need to show up in the big moments.
Yes.
Parlay.
And that is Mikko Rantanen, 2+ points, and a Vasily Podkolzin anytime goal.
Yes.
Your best players on those teams.
Best players on those teams, as Pete came up with start your engines, because Vasily Podkolzin is the engine of the Edmonton Oilers. I went on Oilers Now yesterday, and boy, I was flying high. It was Bryn was filling in for Bob, and I think Bryn doesn't know me too well. And he was like, wanted to ask you questions about how a couple of players on the Oilers are playing. Do you think that Vasily Podkolzin was a steal for the Oilers? And I was like, ooh, let's do the whole segment right now, baby. Absolute stud. Thank God managers have weird biases against Russian players where when they don't work out right away, they're like, I'm done with this guy. Giving him away for a 4th-round pick. You dumb. Yes, Sean?
The Kraken did put out a statement on Jessica Campbell and said, at least according to them, it seems pretty clear that Jessica Campbell wanted nothing to do with that anymore. It's like, as Jessica Campbell's current contract expires, she has expressed her desire to explore other coaching roles across the league. Not other leagues. Yep. No AHL or PW in there. And yeah, just we support her, blah blah blah. But and they certainly frame it as her wanting out.
Rick Tocchet did the exact same thing last year.
Yes,
didn't he? With his contract
was that
expiring
last year?
with the Canucks, and he was like,
it was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
It was
or
last
like the
year.
end
no.
of-
Time flies.
Was this his first season in Philadelphia?
Sure was.
Oh yeah, people didn't love it.
Holy fuck, man! I
Until
forgot
they
how quickly shit got bad for the Vancouver Canucks. Wow, that's gotta suck.
Well, I wouldn't say quickly. I think that
It
the Vancouver
happened pretty
Canucks
quickly.
demise has been like a slow motion car crash for like the last 3 years.
Didn't they win the division? They went
They
from
won
winning
the
the division to being
division
like the worst
2
team in the
years
league.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since then they have been a slow motion car crash.
I'm getting my timelines mixed up now.
Do you remember there was the whole Elias Pettersson, JT Miller?
That was
thing?
last season.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Then
So-
every time Jim
For some
Rutherford
reason I
opened
was
his
thinking-
mouth, some
Yes.
crazy shit happened.
for some reason I was thinking Talk left after they won the division.
No. He left after last year.
So that was okay. I was thinking yeah, okay. Never mind. It didn't happen quite as quickly as I thought. I was getting my timelines mixed up.
While we're also looking at the odds of certain series, okay, the Boston Bruins to come back in this series. So the Oilers are down 3-2. Their odds to come back and win are +185. Boston Bruins are down 3-2. Their odds to come back per Sports Interaction,
Got to be way higher, way longer. I mean,
Niall Standish voice, double it. Kind
Okay,
of.
yeah.
+350 to come back and win the series. Sean, your Buffalo Sabres are still -455 to win this series. It sounds like Vegas, like you. Not worried. Why are you making a face? You should be happy.
That's just I am. It's just it's a lot of confidence in a Sabres team that has not been particularly good at home, which is like kind of the Oilers thing. If the Bruins win tonight or tomorrow night, it's a absolute toss-up as to what I think happens in Game 7. So
I think most likely.
I guess
outcome,
similar. If you think the Bruins are going to win tonight, you might want to bet the Bruins to win the series.
No, I disagree.
Or
I was going to say
tomorrow
most
I think
likely
it's different, but
outcome
yeah.
is that the Bruins win tonight and then no show in Game 7.
Oh. So then
I don't
then
know that
you
any
should
outcome's
jump on
likely.
if you think it's going to happen. If you think they're going to win tomorrow night, jump on that +355.
And cash out.
Yeah, but I don't want to rely on a cash out. Sometimes the
hockey guy.
sometimes the cash out, you're like, well, why the fuck would I even bother? Like, I'd just rather just bet on them to win that game.
Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only 18+, please. And I do mean please. Sabrina Carpenter voice. Please play responsibly.
Please,
Banger.
please.
The chat hated the Mikko Rantanen pick, including Stars fans.
I was going to say I saw Stars fans didn't like it.
I think
He's
most
due.
of the chat was like, Mikko Rantanen ain't doing shit. And I understand why you would arrive at that based off of how he's looked recently. I still think Mikko Rantanen's got that dog in him. He can make it happen.
Did he not, if I remember correctly, although I guess I've not been doing great at remembering things correctly recently, kind of kind of a dog in big games, dog endearing in big games, or at least a particular big game last year?
Yeah, for sure. But Mikko Rantanen's hurt.
Rantanen was insane late in that Avalanche
Well, yeah,
series.
I know, but he's hurt, but I'm still, he's a dog, or can be a dog, a big game player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's still got it in him. Like, Connor McDavid's hurt. He had a pretty good game.
I meant to say, by the way, I was watching the end of the third period of that game where the Oilers were like running away with it. There's like a power play with 2 minutes. The Ducks take a penalty with like, I think 2 minutes left in the game. McDavid's out there. And I was like, what in the fucking Chris Knobloch is so terrified of allowing 3 goals? And then I realized, as Connor McDavid told us after the game, lots of guys are digging in and working really hard.
Yeah.
You couldn't do the thing where you're like, you know what, we're up with, because I was talking to friends about this like 5 minutes into the third where they're up 3, and you're like, you'd think that they'd start like easing off McDavid right now, and you can't double shift Dickinson. Like, Dick Jesus is dead. Can't double shift Draisaitl. Draisaitl's dead. Like,
Hospital
they are
Oilers.
so hospital Oilers. So we'll see, and it'll happen tonight with the slate. Sean, I said yesterday this was going to be a slate for the ages. Look at this slate as we welcome the PWHL playoffs to the slate. Ottawa Charge at Boston Fleet. Game 1, 7 p.m. Eastern. Catch it on YouTube. You know what to do. Stars trying to stay alive in Minnesota. Wild lead 3-2, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. That is on TNT. And then the Edmonton Oilers trying to keep their season going. Game 6 in Anaheim. Ducks lead 3-2. Second straight chance to close it out. We'll see what they can do. That's at 10 p.m. Eastern in the United States and Canada. This is to quote David Ortiz, home run.
This is our fucking city.
This slate is my fucking city.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, we discussed things that are my other things. A trade.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh,
This
Your
slate.
personal tragedies.
This slate is definitely not.
That's my fucking city.
Yeah, that's right.
This is my what are like universally good days in human history? Like my
January
Universal-
6th.
my VE day.
Nice.
Universally good days in human history. How about March 18th, 1985?
Is that when the
Was that the
wall coming down? I'm trying to think of things that could have happened in the 80s. That happened in the early 90s, wasn't it? The wall come down in the early 90s?
late December back in 63? That was a universally good day.
Oh, you know what? Let's look up when. I mean, you're kind of close because March 18th, 1985 is the day Everybody Wants to Rule the World came out.
Oh, okay.
So that was the day I think that everybody should look back on that day and be like, fuck yeah. A song that every human fucking loves came out. Let's see what, let's see.
Berlin Wall came down on November 9th, 1989.
1989. So
was that?
Berlin Wall comes down. They're like, damn, life is fucking good. We've had 4 years of listening to a classic from Tears for Fears. December 1963 came out on December 5th, 1975. Recorded November 1975. They turned that shit around real quick. That was some Kanye West shit where Kanye would like tweet. Remember, he'd be like, hold on, I'm finishing the mix.
Yeah.
The album will be out tonight. And
Yeah.
you're like, play it on some different speakers and make sure that shit's good.
Yeah.
Go take a ride with it. Slate is amazing. Absolutely crazy about it. What's that?
Break down the best days in human history.
We can do
So
that
I
on a
guess there's-
Patreon episode.
There's not as many of them as you might think. Like humans generally aren't on the same page across
Yeah,
the
I mean,
globe.
like, even for the Berlin Wall, like, people had to do manual labor that day.
But I think the wall was largely torn down by the people who wanted to do that shit. Like as soon as they said we're opening this shit up, people started tearing down that wall with their own bare hands.
They got their steps in.
Correctly.
They closed
Yeah.
the rings on their Apple Watches.
in 1989.
Okay. Let's see. Someone says you got to watch P-Dub on YouTube. The chat is so bonkers.
The chat is fucking insane.
You think our chat is crazy?
I remember watching the first couple of games on YouTube where they were having some like technical difficulties here and there, and the admin was just fighting for their life, and then they became like a hero in their own right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like the P-Dub admin is a character in their own right in the chats, and it is quite fun.
Is there is like cross promotion allowed on YouTube chat? Like, can Whatnuts jump in there and be like, "Yo, check out What Chaos? They had Alina Müller on the show today," and then like,
how it makes about us?
Yeah, right.
Probably
exactly.
not great behavior.
I think it's very good behavior. It's
it's telling people that there's if you want an Alina Müller episode interview, here's where you can get it.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Well.
And you
I
say
just don't know how many
resist
people
the
are
urge to
leaving
subscribe. It's not about that.
It's bad behavior if we do it, but if the Whatnuts do it on
fair,
behalf
they
of
should
us,
for us. I just don't know
yeah.
how many people are leaving watching Alina Müller watch hockey to watch her talk about.
Intermission entertainment, brother.
I would say
Yeah,
chat
fair enough.
rankings, PWHL YouTube chat, What Chaos chat, and third, last but not forgotten, Nashcast chat.
Which was
Just
literally
you and your
like
closest friend.
One other person?
Me and I'm assuming admin. Me being like, is Patrick Paws on this one? And admin being like, nope, he'll be back soon, smiley face.
Dude, this is bullshit.
Bye. Literally never talk to me
This is
again.
my 9/11 closeout.
It's bad enough 9/11 happened. I don't want to become that show. Okay, let's do super chats. Super chats we've got from Dill Not Dill. Here's $5 so you guys can play the York goal a third time. Bartender, Mafia, you pour him a shot. Hit it.
Flyers control the face-off.
Chester.
Shot from long range.
Oh.
Bang.
The Flyers win it. Cam York beating the Sea-Loves in overtime.
See him throw the stick Carver high.
Shout out Dill Not Dill. Discord mod. Legend.
Oh, thank you very much. Shout out Rod Brindamore. Romy had a guest.
Yeah, I know.
Rod Brindamore was on Jim Rome.
How did Rod Brindamore become the I think we should shake hands guy? Because he was also the guy that got snubbed by Maurice, right?
Because
because
he made himself the we should shake hands guy.
Fair enough.
Because
Yeah,
Maurice was a
that's-
dick and was like, I just embarrassed you.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you hang back? You don't get to do the handshake line. It's not about you fucking loser. Terrible behavior. So Rod Brindamore waited a year, went on Jim Rome, and put that shit on blast.
Where everybody will
But he
hear
also he snubbed Mike Yo.
Yeah, he big timed. I saw that people said he big dogged Mike Yo.
No,
Big
Big Dog is
dogging.
giving somebody
That's
is
endearing.
dapping somebody up.
Yeah.
He might
Big
have
dog.
mad dogged him, but he didn't big dog him.
Yeah,
dog.
that's quite literally the opposite of big dogging.
The David Carlson says, it's my birthday and first playoff game tonight. Thanks, DJ, Pete, and Sean, and Whatnuts for being one of the best parts of my day every day. Let's go, Ducks.
Yeah, what up?
All right.
Happy birthday, David Carlson.
Have fun at
Not
the
to be confused with John.
game.
Have a lot of fun at the game.
Have as much fun as I want you to have at the game and no more. Luxury Trash says, Vasi is a fraud. Soro King for Vezina. All right. You heard it here kind of second. Pete suggested he's a bit of a fraud earlier. Irandil said, my dream, cup for the Habs, cup for the Victoire, anything else. And the ensuing level of Montreal civic pride causes a rift in the space-time continuum. I could see it happening. I could see Montreal just like invading the rest of the world, being like, learn French.
I will say, obviously, do not want the Bruins to win this round, but it would be
right?
pretty crazy, objectively, as a hockey fan, to have two simultaneous Montreal-Boston series.
That would
which
go.
Montreal has
The
to finish
number
the
of
job too,
heated
I guess, but-
rivalry things that would hit
Oh,
the
boy.
timeline would be
Oh boy, that
out
would
of
be, that would be a
control.
lot. Yeah.
Out of control. Stephanie Mills says, like Spike for Alina.
Always on board with that.
Danis says, regarding Maroon 5 chat plus Traders crossover, I saw a TikTok of Bob the drag queen praising songs about Jane. I mean, everybody should praise songs
Everybody,
about Jane.
yeah. It's where we discuss this stuff after that. I think the sentiment people's hearts are in the right place, but they're just factually wrong.
The plot gets lost.
Yes, they did. Yes, Mike Felger.
Tortured Hockey fund for more lamps during New England rainy days. I would love a few lamps in the maybe curate a vibe.
You trying to warm it up?
I am. I did make a purchase for the studio this morning that I did not tell you about, but I think that you'll be happy about. Bought some incense.
Oh, yes.
I've been on a fucking huge incense. I don't even want to call it a kick
save the day
because it's not
during the
going
deadline.
anywhere. I think that I'm just an incense guy now. It is so important.
Yes.
to me.
Ellen doesn't like those, though. It gives her the ick sense.
You know, Ellen famously put me on the incense,
Hell
and she
yeah.
is buying the stuff for the studio. The Luxury Trash says trying to summon all of the good karma in the world for my New York Knicks tonight. God bless Jalen Brunson.
Interesting. We'll take some basketball super chats every now and then. Black Bear says going to the second battle of PA tonight with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Pens versus the Hershey Bears. Hopefully this Pens team does much better. Remember that, girl? Bears.
No.
Hershey Bears, if I remember correctly, defending Memorial Cup champions.
I do not know. Memorial Cup. No, it's a Calder Cup.
Calder Cup, brother.
Calder Cup. Memorial is Canada, yeah.
I think we missed one a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For the second time since January, my all-gay trivia team won last night thanks to my new hockey knowledge. I felt like such a jock. It's crazy. I dedicate this historic victory to What Chaos. Hey, we dedicate
right.
the victory to you.
This is a show for jocks.
Yeah.
Famously.
Mainstream. It's for jocks.
Oh yeah.
If
jock
anybody
show.
said that this show is for jocks, jocks would tune in and be like, what the fuck is
I
this?
really want to change the bio on... It doesn't matter if we change the fucking bio. No one reads the bio.
A hockey
right?
show for jocks.
A Maroon 5 show for jocks.
That's right.
What chaos.
Please go
I was wrong.
Please go to Apple Podcasts and hit the 5-star reviews. Let those flow in. I mean, we know we got a lot of audio listeners. We don't have a ton of reviews, so give the 5-star reviews and say, I'm a jock, and this show is just for me.
Maybe it's because I'm a jock, but I feel like this show is perfect for me. And then somebody else say like, maybe it's because I don't care about hockey. This is a great show. Just all the different reasons. Be like, call me a card-carrying member of the WCLU, but this is right up my alley.
Does that make us shock jocks?
Call me old-fashioned, but I'm a lesbian who loves this show. And like followed by like, I may be a douchey jock, but this is my thing.
The lesbians unionized and made a show for jocks.
Yes.
That's right.
I got to put my hand up. Last year was, I believe, Arthur Shilov's Abbotsford Canucks.
Oh, yeah.
That
Oh,
won.
yeah.
And the year prior.
As a Shilov's guy, I should have corrected you. I did say earlier this week, Shilov's brought the Abbotsford Canucks to a Calder Cup championship.
And the previous
year
year
prior,
outdueled by Arthur Shilov's outdueled in the second round by
Stuart Skinner.
An unbenched Stuart Skinner. Very good.
Right.
Oh, I thought we were still talking AHL. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to know?
No, he was in the NHL getting mad dogged by Stu Skinner.
We should, I mean, I think let's retire mogging and just replace
Mad
it
dogged?
with Mad Dog.
Yeah, they got mad dogged. The Ducks looking to mad dog the Oilers for a final time tonight. Is that it for Super Chats?
No, we got a few more that
I think we just got
came in across the buzzer. Fatima says both Habs and Laval won, and I'm feeling good about going to the game against the Marlies on Sunday.
Hey, Marlies
Right
still
on.
got to play. Love it. Stacy Faye says, What Chaos? A show for jocks by jocks.
Finally.
Famously, I lifted the other day.
Finally, a podcast for jocks.
All right, it's going to do it for today's show. Reminder, we have a Thursday show, or today is Thursday. We have Friday shows, all playoffs long, so we'll be back with a live show tomorrow. Normal business as usual. So interesting games tonight. We will have shit on that for sure.
We also have Patreons coming.
Oh, yes. We owe you, so those will be there, and it will likely be by Maroon 5. Talk to you soon. Love you, and make sure to check the What Chaos YouTube. Subscribe there where you can get the full Alina Müller cut. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.